iedereen en welkom bij Vlajo LAB Helden. Ik zal jullie kort even introduceren in het project. Maar ik zal me misschien eerst even voorstellen. Mijn naam is Naomi en ik werk bij Vlajo. Vlajo wil jong talent ontwikkelen. En dat doen we door het aanbieden van praktijkgerichte programma's in de klas. Daarnaast vinden wij het ook belangrijk dat je eigenlijk al van op de schoolbanken in contact komt met het werkveld. Op die manier krijg je meer inzicht in wat je mogelijkheden zijn, maar ook welke vaardigheden dat er belangrijk zijn eens je gaat werken. Met deze challenge willen we jullie dus laten nadenken over een bepaalde probleemstelling in jullie sector. We gaan dat natuurlijk niet zomaar over het eender wat doen. Nee, we willen dat dat zo realistisch en zo echt mogelijk is. Want zo kan je al eens proeven van welke problemen zich voordoen in het werkleven eens je gaat werken. We hebben dat niet alleen gedaan, we hebben de handen in elkaar geslagen met een aantal prominente partners uit jullie sector. En de voorbije weken hebben medewerkers binnen die partners hun uiterste best gedaan om een zo realistisch mogelijke challenge op te stellen voor jullie. Het is dus de bedoeling dat jullie oplossingen gaan bedenken. Deze oplossingen kan je vervolgens in een pitch presenteren en insturen om mee te doen aan de Vlaamse wedstrijd. Wat is de prijs? Wel, er is een prijzenpot, dat is niet onbelangrijk, van een mooie waarde. Maar daarnaast, en het belangrijkste, jullie kunnen de helden van jullie sector worden. Een vakjury met leden van het partnerbedrijf zelf gaat 10 teams selecteren die naar de Vlaamse finale mogen, die fysiek zal plaatsvinden op een locatie voorzien door de partner. We proberen daar een ware belevingsdag van te maken, zodat je bijvoorbeeld ook kan kijken hoe het er echt aan toe gaat bij een bedrijf binnen jullie vakgebied. Dit project is tot stand gekomen en de wedstrijd ook met steun van het Vlaamse Excellentiefonds. Dat is een initiatief van Onderwijs Vlaanderen met als doel om eigenlijk ervoor te zorgen dat jullie trots kunnen zijn op jullie beroep, op jullie studiekeuze en daarboven ook de kans krijgen om te tonen wat jullie in je mars hebben in deze competitie. Dus voilà, ik zou zeggen, zet je beste beentje voor. Dit was het praktische gedeelte. Mijn collega Stefan gaat jullie nu nog een beetje toelichten hoe dat jullie gaan beginnen. En dan gaan we naar de challenge luisteren. Succes!
Dankjewel Naomi. Ik ben Stefan, collega van Naomi bij Vlajo en ik licht jullie graag wat meer toe over het inhoudelijke luik van Vlajo LAB Helden. Hierna krijgen jullie een videoboodschap te zien van een bedrijf dat een reëel probleem voorschotelt aan jullie, waarvoor jullie als team een oplossing gaan vinden. Hoe gaan jullie dat precies doen? Daarvoor voorzien wij vanuit Vlajo een 4-stappenproces met ook tal van ondersteunende leermaterialen waarover jullie de leerkracht beschikt via het Vlajo Kenniscentrum. Stap 1. Analyse van de video. In de videoboodschap is er heel wat informatie te vinden. Aan jullie om die informatie duidelijk te noteren en te structureren, zodat ieder van jullie team weet en begrijpt waar het hier precies over gaat. Heb je nog niet voldoende informatie, kan het zijn dat je bijvoorbeeld op het internet nog wat bijkomende informatie gaat opzoeken. Stap 2. Brainstorm. Nu jullie weten wat het probleem precies is, kunnen jullie heel creatief en ruimdenkend aan de slag gaan om een veelheid aan mogelijke ideeën of oplossingen te noteren. Elk idee is goed, want het kan tot inspiratie leiden voor een idee van iemand anders die naast je zit. Stap 3. Ideeënselectie. Uit die veelheid van ideeën vanuit de vorige fase ga je nu filteren totdat je uiteindelijk 1 oplossing overhoudt waar jullie als team helemaal achter staan. Die oplossing, daarvoor zorg je dat je voldoende informatie hebt, voldoende body hebt, zodat je die oplossing in een volgende fase ook duidelijk kan gaan communiceren. Dan komen we in stap 4, de pitchfase. Je hebt een oplossing als eindproduct. Nu is het aan jullie om die oplossing ook duidelijk te gaan communiceren. Een pitch is een korte maar bondige boodschap van ongeveer een 2-tal minuten waarin dat jullie duidelijk maken wat jullie oplossing precies is en waarom dat jullie oplossing eventueel ook de beste van het pak is. Om op die manier de jury te overtuigen dat jullie mogelijk de helden van worden. Dat klinkt toch als een challenge. Ja, succes ermee. Go for it.
My name is Andy Sinton. I'm head of Parts Supply Chain Group, so PSCG. I've been working with Toyota now almost 32 years, so a long time in the company, much of the time in manufacturing and more recently in the current role for Parts Supply Chain. So PSCG is Parts Supply Chain Group, and we've got a very key role for drivers or owners of Toyota and Lexus vehicles. Every car at some point needs to be maintained or may need to be repaired during its life, and dealers need parts to do that. Or when customers buy a new vehicle, often they choose to personalize that vehicle and they need accessories to do it. Our role as PSCG is to provide these parts every day to over 3,000 dealers in Europe to enable them to create happiness for the end Toyota customers. We're doing a similar service for customers outside of Europe. We're supplying parts to Japan, to North America, to Asia Pacific, and increasingly also to markets in Africa. To give the service we're targeting for our customers, we're operating actually 14 sites in Europe. The main parts warehouse is in Belgium. We call TPCE, Toyota Parts Centre Europe, and Belgium actually is the centre of gravity of all of the European dealer business, so it's a good location for us to have a parts centre. But outside of this, to deliver the parts in the lead time we're aiming for, we have 13 depots throughout Europe, and they're supplying their local regions with the parts. In those facilities, we're employing over 1,600 people, which actually is 40% or over 40% of Toyota Europe's headcount. The main parts centre in TPC actually is the largest single site outside of Japan, and we operate in quite a unique way, because not only are we supplying parts to other regions and we're supplying parts to our local regional depots, but we also deliver to over 600 dealers directly in Belgium, in Netherlands, and also in northern France. So our aim is to give a high quality service to the dealers, and for this we're looking for a short lead time from the dealer placing the order to the dealer receiving the parts, and also a highly reliable service so that they can have confidence when they place the order from us, we will deliver those on time. And the best way to achieve it is, like many things within Toyota, is to use TPS, Toyota Production System Principles. At the end of the day, there are probably around 2 million part numbers we estimate that a customer could be ordering from us. But it doesn't make sense to stock all of these part numbers because many of them will never be used during the lifetime of the vehicle. So we have a logic about what parts we put on the shelf, and that means at the moment we're holding roughly 230,000 part numbers physically in stock. And just with that limited range, we can meet over 96% of our orders. We can deliver within 1 day to the dealers. In fact, actually, probably 30% of the orders we are delivering the same day, in the night after, on the day we receive the order. So it's quite a short lead time service we're offering. For the parts that we don't hold in stock, of course, the customers still need those parts, and we work with our suppliers, we work with our logistics partners, and we use express logistics to bring those parts as quickly as possible to the dealer. So the customer needs to wait as short as possible time before they can have their car maintained or repaired. You can imagine this is quite a challenge to achieve that, especially if you consider that we're aiming to provide these parts for up to 21 years after the vehicle has finished in production. So we need to keep the parts available because the customers, they hold on to their vehicles for that length of time. So it's quite a challenge. So a key feature of our operation is the concept of sell one, buy one. And this really is TPS for our business. We are pulling the parts through our network rather than pushing them. As a dealer uses a part to repair a vehicle, he will replace that part from our regional depot, who will then replace the part from TPC, and we will replace the part from the supplier. So we're pulling the parts through the process. And we're doing this literally piece by piece. We really try to avoid that we order parts in bulk or large quantities, because this is better, honestly, for everybody. For the dealer, of course, it means they only need to order the parts that they actually need. We don't force them to buy additional. Similarly, for ourselves, it means we're handling smaller quantities on a regular basis. And this has benefits like for safety, because handling a small box of parts versus a big pallet of parts, it's a lot less burden for the member, or we need a lower level of equipment to move these parts around. It's more efficient because our storage locations can be smaller, and it's more reliable. Doing things with a regular frequency, you can plan it better, you can control it better. This means our service becomes more reliable, which again is a win for the customer. So all round, applying this principle, whilst it's a challenge, is a benefit for everybody. So we run this operation, our big operation, by splitting into 5 divisions. The supply division, their responsibility is to buy the parts from our suppliers and then control the level of inventory that we have in TPCE or in the regional depots to give the right service to the customer. Warehouse operations divisions, they're responsible to run everything that is inside TPCE, the main part center. We have 2 RDO divisions, so regional depot divisions, and their job is to run the 13 regional depots. And finally, we have operations control, who I would say are responsible to kind of glue everything together. They're on the one hand the control tower for our operation to grasp how well are we doing from a customer viewpoint or from a business viewpoint, and to drive the business to continually improve. Also then to provide support, be that transportation, to training, to the other divisions so that they can fulfill the goals and allow us to meet the mission of our business. Of course, none of this exists on its own, and none of it is possible without the skilled, motivated and engaged members that are really the heart of our operation. And we're working continually to try and improve the environment and improve things for them. We spend a lot of time on problem solving because supply chain is naturally a continuous series of problems. So it's important that we have good skills and good organization to solve those. And I'm not just talking about the office. Of course, we teach problem solving in the office. But my goal is to have 1,600 problem solvers in my business and to engage all of the members in the warehouse and all the members in the regional depots towards this. And to support this, we give the opportunity for all the warehouse members to participate in what we call quality circles. And this is where they tackle problems that they are facing every day, and we support them to solve those problems, but we also develop their skills in the process. Also, of course, we aim for a really safe environment for our people, both physical safety, but also psychological safety. And we signal our commitment to both of those aims with our safety arch, which the members pass under every day. And this is made in 2 colors. The green color represents our commitment to physical safety, and the purple is indicating our commitment to inclusivity, that we expect people to come to work and be able to be their true, authentic selves when they're here. The most rewarding element for me, I would say, is the element of surprise. When I see the great contributions that members are making by themselves, by their own initiative, by their own skill, which I was not expecting. Whether this is small kaizens which are made on the shop floor, or that some of the huge problems which are tackled individually by the members without great organisation to create it. And I'm really, really so motivated by these when I see them. For me, this is the most fantastic part of the job.
Hi everyone, my name is Rebecca Vervoort and I work at Toyota Parts Centrum Europe in Diest. I would like to share with you one challenge we are facing in our operations. The problem is occurring in the shipping area, where goods are being delivered from their home positions in different areas in the warehouse. For example, large parts, medium parts, small parts, to be loaded into the trucks and shipped to our regional depots throughout Europe. At each home positions, the parts are being prepared on the conveyors and being picked up by the tuggers, which deliver them to shipping. Tuggers will collect different parts from different areas in the most optimized way. If the goods are not being picked up on time from the area, this will cause an overstock on the conveyors, and it will cause further delays in picking from other areas. Ultimately, the disruption would cause delays in departure of the trucks and, in the worst case, order cancellations. Now, let's break down the problem. Problem 1 is the impact on the people. When the parts are not being picked up on time from the conveyors, this will create an overstock. This causes the frustration for the members working there because it might block them from performing another task, taking their breaks as scheduled, they feel bored, and it can lead to job dissatisfaction if it happens continuously. Similarly, when the members in shipping area need to wait for the tugger to arrive so they can load the truck, they might experience the same feelings of frustration. Lastly, if the worst case happens and the order is being cancelled due to the delays, our final customer will not receive the part in time, which might, for example, delay their car maintenance or reparation, or getting an accessory needed for a holiday trip. The second problem impacts on operations. Whenever there is a delay, just-in-time principle, which means having what is needed, when it's needed, in quantity it's needed, is not respected. When the parts are not being picked up in time, they disrupt the internal logistics and might create congestion in the tugger traffic. In the shipping area, it would cause disruption in the shipment schedule, which would lead to trucks' departure delays. Lastly, if the part is not picked up at all from the conveyor, the delivery will have to be cancelled. So, that was our challenge. I hope you will be able to help us out by proposing some inspiring and innovative solutions, and we look very much forward to hearing them.